Hello vinyl community, and it's been quite a short while since my last video, but I've actually picked up loads of interesting stuff since that last update. So I've got stuff from charity shops, I was to a record fair, uh, one item from online, and a few bits and bobs picked up here and there. So I'll try and make it not too long, so I'll start off straight away into one of my recent pickups. Um, so this is an Irish folk album by the Dubliners, the best of the Irish ballad and folk groups. This is called Revolution. This is from 1970, and it's an Irish pressing on Tribune Records, which is a label I haven't heard of before. This is a nice cheap pickup. It is slightly scratched, but it plays okay. There's a bit of popping here and there. This is widely regarded as one of their best albums. It has Scorn Not His Simplicity, which is performed by Luke Kelly there. Yeah, it is widely regarded as one of their best, and it's a worthy addition to to any collection if you're into folk. Moving quickly on, the Mother Jones flea market here in Cork, where I pick up quite a lot of records, made two very interesting pickups last week. First off is this album by Julian Cope, My Nation Underground, from 1988. Charlotte Ann and the title track. Yeah, this is a pretty decent album. I don't have any of Julian Cope's solo stuff on vinyl before this, so this was a worthy addition to my collection. Julian Cope, as you'll know, he's well known nowadays for his writing, for his music writing, as he is for his career as a musician, and he wrote that definitive book on krautrock. Okay, so also at the same time as I picked that up, I also made this very fine discovery, the Jesus and Mary chain, and this is Barbed Wire Kisses, which is B-sides and more, a very fine compilation album, again from 1988. Some great stuff on here, as you can see. Great album. Again, lovely condition, nice, really nice clean copy. We go. Now, I made quite a nice charity shop score yesterday. Now, some of you might have seen it on Facebook. I'll bring him back. I know who this is. Yeah, Ben. I'll bring it back, Ben. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, I made a charity shop score yesterday, and I it included stuff by The Cure, U2, Prince. I ended up selling most of it to a local record store here, and I made back a bit of a profit. But I kept 3 of the pickups. I kept this 808 State, the only rhyme that bites. So 12-inch single from 1990. Again, more 90s dance electronic music. Orbital, and this is actually called. What is this actually called? Hang on. It's called Style. Style. That's the name of it. 12-inch again from 1999. So, the pickup crop. I was definitely keeping this one because this is something I've been looking for. The Cure, their debut album, 3 Imaginary Boys, and this is an original UK copy. It only cost me €4. In lovely condition. I actually, as part of the haul, I also picked up a copy of their second album, 17 Seconds, but I already have a copy of that, so I sold that along with the other stuff. But I was definitely keeping this because this is one that I've wanted, I've been looking out for, and I was looking to find such a great copy of it for such a low price. So that's The Cure, 3 Imaginary Boys. Now, the next pickup is something that I'd been looking at for quite a while. It was Plugged in my local independent record store. So in the second-hand section, this is Gorilla. It is by the Bonzo Dog Dooh Dah Band, and it is their debut album from 1967. It's an original copy, and it is mono. And as you'll know, mono albums from the late 60s are quite rare. They were being phased out gradually at that stage. Not only that, it also comes with this rare booklet. Some really interesting artwork in here by the band. I don't know, the Bonzo Dog Dooh Dah Band. They were formed in the early 60s by Vivian Stanshall. They started off as a jazz band, but they kind of graduated to pop. They're kind of a comedy band. Basically, they kind of, on this album, they kind of take the piss out of various musical genres. There's a kind of a humorous, kind of surrealist kind of note, kind of merry prankster kind of a note to their carry on, kind of in a way, kind of a precursor to Monty Python kind of, it by the way, it's on Liberty, and in fact they did kind of have close links to Monty Python. They featured in a TV program on BBC in the late 60s called Do Not Adjust Your Set, which featured various Python members. I think I'm not sure exactly which. I think Eric Idle might have been involved, but it's very interesting item, quite rare, and I think it's quite rare to find the booklet with it. I don't think all copies came with the booklet. So and I got it for a nice price. So that was a very interesting pickup. Now the next item is something that I've been looking for quite a while. I picked it up online on eBay. Got it for a very nice price, and it's something that I'm sure you're all familiar with. It's been shown on the VC quite a few times. I think Derek, I'm pretty sure you've shown this one. That is Terry Riley, A Rainbow in Curved Air. Originally released in 1969. This is the UK first press, which came out 2 years later in 1971 on CBS. Lovely, clean, shiny copy. Now this was a groundbreaking album. It's best described as kind of proto-ambient, electronic, kind of minimalist. That is the usual term applied to it. There's all these kind of unusual kind of sound effects at the very beginning of side one that kind of remind me a bit of kind of Space Invaders, the old sound effects that you get on the old video games. But as it goes on, then it's basically 2 long tracks covering each side of the album. The first track is called A Rainbow in Curved Air, and the second one is Poppy No Good and the Phantom Band. So it kind of as well kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the kind of German space rock groups, kind of what they would go on to do in the 70s. So yeah, it's one that I've been looking for quite a while, and I got it for a really nice price as well on eBay. So very pleased to pick this up. Now on Saturday I went to a record fair here in town. Picked up some extremely interesting stuff. First off, I'll show you 3 records which I got in the kind of bargain section. This was 3 for 10, so 3 for €10. They're all albums which are kind of slightly damaged in different ways, but the first one is again another album that I've been looking to get for quite a while. Phaedra by Tangerine Dream. UK pressing on the Virgin label, so there's a coloured Virgin Twins label. This is a brilliant album. It's fantastic space rock. It's one of that kind of that run of classic albums that they released in the early 70s, and I got this cheap, I presume, because of the state of the sleeve, because the sleeve is a bit worn, but the record itself is fine. It plays perfectly. The second one, again, another classic, Bob Dylan, John Wesley, Hardin. So this again was in the 3 for 10 section. Original UK pressing on CBS. Comes with the inner bag. I haven't played it yet. It does look. It has been played quite a bit, but it doesn't have any deep scratches or anything that looks too serious. But I'll give it a clean before I play it. But it doesn't look too bad, but it does obviously look like it has been played, but it doesn't look trashed. So yeah, so that was a good bargain, and an original UK press of John Wesley Hardin. Third one from the bargain section is this 10 years after, and this is called What. Now, the condition wise, this isn't too great. I haven't played it yet. The sleeve is pretty tatty, and it's on chrysalis, by the way. There is one big nasty scratch on it, so I haven't played it yet, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so 3 for 10. So that was a great bargain, I think. Now, some of the other purchases I made at the fair, I'll show them to you there now. Now they didn't have much kind of post-punk or industrial, but I did make this one very interesting find. This is by a band called the Au Pairs, and this album is called Playing with a Different Sex. This came out in 1981. Musically, it is very reminiscent of Gang of Four. It's got that kind of very funky, kind of dancey almost guitar, bass, very political lyrics as well. This, by the way, is a fertility chart, which is not something that you'd see coming with every day in an album, you know, as an insert. Yeah, so it's very political. There's a lot of kind of sex politics in it, kind of hardcore feminism. There were male and female mixed lineup. So it's fantastic musically. Again, it's similar to Gang of Four, and it really kind of, you know, holds its own, I think, up there, you know, in kind of classic post-punk genre. So that's Au Pairs. Another very interesting find, something. This is a kind of a blind buy. I picked this because it looked interesting. I've never heard of this band before. They're called Rotary Connection, and this album is called Aladdin. Now, this is US pressing from 1968. This is kind of best described as kind of psychedelic soul. It's like Motown, or that kind of style, Motown style, with a touch of psychedelia. The band, they were, I suppose, which at the time was kind of revolutionary, you know, black and white musicians. Interesting kind of sleeve. Sleeve isn't in great condition, by the way. It's kind of it is a bit. It's been through the wars, basically. It's on this label called Cadet Concept. Now, again, this album disc, it has been played quite a lot. It does have quite a few signs of wear, but it plays fine. And there's a little bit of surface noise, but nothing too serious. I really like this album. I kind of I bought it without knowing anything about this band, but I really enjoyed it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Sly Stone. Maybe not quite as funky, maybe more soul orientated, but definitely worth checking out. And it's an original US press from 1968. I'm going to finish up with the most expensive purchase. It cost me €25, but it's well worth it. This needs no introduction. You've all seen that cow before. This is Pink Floyd's fourth studio album, if I'm not mistaken, from 1970. It is there we go again. At a Mother Heart. And I don't really need to go into it too much in detail because I'm sure you're all very familiar with it. It's an original UK press on the Harvest label, and the way you can tell that it's an original press is that there's no EMI box on the label. So yeah, so it's a nice clean copy. The sleeve is a bit tatty, but the disc itself is absolutely fine. This is when it comes to Floyd, I prefer their earlier stuff. Their pre Dark Side of the Moon. I don't care for too much that came after that. Okay, so I'll have to answer this. So thanks very much for watching, and tune in next time.